QuoteSoft Duct 4.0, adding accessory items to the catalog. Open the central data view, and we'll be focusing on the catalog section of this navigational tree. Accessory items have already been created under HVAC ducting products. You'll see that there's an accessory snap block file available to you. Adjustable 90 elbow, flex duct, snap block pipe, reducers, Ys and Ts have all been added for you already. For our exercise, let's add an end cap. To do so, let's create a new group. Type in end cap for the group name and give it a code. Does this item have openings? Yes, we want to take it off by the diameter. We will select one opening and that it's round. And this is not a scalable item, so we're going to leave it the units as each. We want to include install labor and an item cost. There's no square foot, standard length, or weight applied to this item. We would now like to set the image. I'm going to choose Set All and select the end cap image. Hit Save Changes. We now have our blank item list available to us at the bottom of the screen. Let's go ahead and create the first item. Start with an item name, end cap. Item code. The code field is optional. You do not have to fill it out. If you choose to use it, it could be a part number or a UPC code from your local vendor. I'll make one up. End cap, and we'll start with 4-inch. Diameter. We're going to put in 4-inch. Item cost. We will then put in the price for this item. The price for this item, $2.25. Installation time, 15 minutes. Do we want to automatically include wrap, hanger, joint, or sealant on this item, or do we want to have the option within the takeoff screen to select one? The component selection here overrides user choices. If I select wrap, 1.5 inches, all the items within this group will always get 1.5 inches wrap, and the user will have no option to change it. So I'm going to leave it at none for now. Save changes. We have our first item created. As you've seen in the catalog item creation video, we can use group export to quickly create a list of items and input our information using Excel. Let's walk through that. Group export. And now we have our list. So now we can put in the diameters that we wish to use. Fill in the cost that we want to use. Fill in the installation hours, and of course the name field. First we'll look at the install hours. 15 minutes. It's probably 15 minutes for all items. Item cost. The price will go up as the item gets larger. So we can fill in these costs, and on import, they'll get set for the individual item. And then a code. Again, code field is optional. You do not have to have them. But if you choose, you can fill them out at this time. And the program will import them and list them for you. Close and save. And group import. And we now have our end caps available to us. After adding the items to the catalog, we now want to make them available in the takeoff screen through our accessory file bookmarks. A couple of different ways to do this. First off, select the item through the grid, and instead of selecting an individual item to bookmark, you bookmark the group. Right-click and say Add Bookmark. You can see that the tree is already filled out for you, and this item is going to be set to auto size. Meaning, if you've taken off 8-inch pipe and you select this bookmark, you'll get an 8-inch end cap. Do you want it to use a caption? Down below, you can have the name of the item listed over the top of the image. Do you want hover text? So when you put your mouse over the top of it, do you want text to fly off of your mouse? And sequence allows you to dictate the order at which everything appears in this window. By default, it goes by alphabetical order. Save changes, and you'll have your new icon available to you in your bookmarks. Mouse over it, you'll see the hover text. And upon selecting the first item, you'll be prompted with the item list. We have to select a size because we haven't taken off any round diameter items previous to this item. So let's cancel here and select an adjustable elbow. We'll take off 6-inch diameter elbow and place it on the plan file. Now I'll select my snap lock pipe and scale my 6-inch snap lock pipe. Now I'll select my end cap and place my end cap. So it automatically selected the size of the item for me based off of the item previous to that. And this should make setting up your accessory file within your catalog a lot quicker and easier, especially using the bookmark window within Takeoff. The next item we'll look at adding here is a register box, or a C box. Something that goes into a ceiling that has rectangular or square dimensions and a round on it as well. So of course what we need to do is create a new group. Click the new group button and type in a name for the group. Let's use register box. And then a code for the group, RB. We now need to dictate the openings. This is going to have rectangular and round. So the choice you have to make at this point is the item taken off by the round diameter or is the item taken off by the rectangular opening? Whichever opening goes in first is the primary opening. Let's say this item has 2 openings and we want to take it off by the round diameter. We'll set the second opening to rectangular, and it's still an each item. The unit is going to be each. We want install labor, item cost. Do we need any of the other fields? No, we don't at this time. Now let's set the image. Set all. Register box image and hit open. Save changes and our group has been created. The next step is to actually put the first new item in. Click the new item button and now go through and fill out the information for this. So register box is going to be the item name, register box, RB for the code, and this is where we can put in our information. So let's make a 6x6 with a 5-inch round. So now what we're going to do is put in a diameter of 5-inch, width of 6, height of 6, and a cost for the item. And we'll say this item is $7.15. Installation time is a half hour. Save changes, and now we have that item available. So let's duplicate this item as another way to add more items, and we'll modify the code. We'll make this code 6x6 to a 6-inch round. So now we modify the diameter to a 6. Update the price, that would be the difference, same installation labor, and hit save changes. And you can continue setting your items up. I quickly used group export and group import to add these items in. Let's look at how they're used in Takeoff now. We will go through the same process of setting the bookmark by clicking the catalog, the category, and then the group for register box. I'm then going to right-click and click Add Bookmark. Hover text will be the name of the items, and hit Save Changes. Now when I select the item, I'll be prompted with the item list as I haven't established a size. Let's use that same example again. We'll start with the 90-degree elbow, choose 6-inch, and place it on the plan file. Now I'll choose snap lock pipe and scale some pipe, and then click my register box, and it'll automatically pick the 6-inch diameter box for me and place it. Now if you have multiple boxes with the same diameter, it would then prompt you with the size list. So if we had a 6 going into an 8-8 box, we would have been prompted to pick one or the other. And this would conclude setting up accessory items within your catalog.